Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. We're in tax season, so this recent report on taxation in New Hampshire got my attention. Quote, a report just published by the New Hampshire Fiscal Policy Institute on its website shows, and here's the quote, combined state and local taxes in New Hampshire require residents with lower incomes to pay a larger percentage of their income than those with higher incomes. Their report refers to a new study by the Nonpartisan Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy in Washington, D.C. that analyzed the tax systems of all 50 states by looking at how different income groups pay state and local tax rates. They found that in 42 states, the top 1% of earners under age 65 pay less than the bottom 20%, and New Hampshire is one of those states. With me to brief us is the research director of the New Hampshire Fiscal Policy Institute, Phil Slutton, who, other than briefing us, also briefs the legislature. Nice to have you.
Thank you very much for having me, Fred.
Phil, before we show the study's findings briefly, is there a common thread here, a common reason why 42 states, including New Hampshire, handle taxes this way?
So states states and local governments often rely on tax revenue sources that are not necessarily proportional to a household's ability to pay. So let's take the gasoline tax in New Hampshire, for example, which is 22.2 cents per gallon. States tax gasoline across the country. That 22.2 cents per gallon, if you are a higher income household or a lower income household, that if you use roughly the same amount of gasoline, that's the same amount of dollars regardless of your household income. And it's a higher percentage for lower income households than higher income households.
Sure, as a good say. Well, let's go to the finding. Here's the first graph. And New Hampshire state and local taxes as a share of family income for taxpayers under 65. Note, each green bar represents a different level of income. So those represented by the green bar on the far left are making less than $35,000 and paying 8.9% of family income on taxes. That compares to those represented by the green bar on the far right, making more than $721,000 and paying 2.8% of family income on taxes. Then the green bars in the middle represent various family incomes, as you can see, and the percent of family income they pay on taxes. So, Phil, how do you see this?
Yeah, so this is a percentage of a household's budget to pay for everything, for example, and this is for state and local taxes combined. Right. So if we look at the highest income households, that effective tax rate of combined state and local taxes is, the tax rate for the bottom 20% is 3 times what it is for the top 1%, and for middle income households, it's a little more than 2 times what it is for the top 1%. Right. That has implications for those households' well-beings because other goods and services in the economy are not necessarily proportional to their ability to pay.
Absolutely.
And it also has an effect on the economy. There's a fair bit of economic research that shows that tax rates targeted at lower income households are more economically stimulative, particularly in the short term, than tax breaks for higher income households.
Now, another part of this story, as you know, is property taxes, and it's very similar to the last graph. So let's go to this graph. New Hampshire state and local property taxes as a share of family income for taxpayers under 65. The blue bars represent the various family income levels as they did in the previous graph, with the percent of property taxes at the top of each bar. So the blue bar on the far left represents those with lowest income but the highest share of family income going to taxes, and the blue bar on the far right represents those with the highest income but lowest share going to taxes, and several income levels in the other bars. And this applies to homeowners as well as renters whose rent is affected by landlords' property taxes. Phil, this must factor into the cost of rent.
Yes, substantially. And you can see that property taxes are more than half of the state and local taxes collected in New Hampshire are property taxes, particularly local ones. And those costs are passed through, whether it's directly paid by homeowners or paid by renters who are then paying higher rent as a result of those higher property taxes. Right. And this is the primary driver of why our state and local tax system as on the whole looks the way that it is. And that's true, obviously, for low-income homeowners, too, homeowners on fixed incomes or those with a disability, for example, that may have lower income than they did when they bought their home. Yep. Those property tax payments are a big part as well. But renters are more likely to be low income than homeowners.
Yeah, and finally, the Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy said this about New Hampshire's tax system. There are minimal tax credits available for offsetting homeowner or renter taxes, and we have a comparatively high reliance on property taxes, and of course no statewide sales or broad-based income taxes. And that's just a final comment. And I want to thank Phil Slutton, Research Director at the New Hampshire Fiscal Policy Institute. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
And if you missed part of this briefing on taxes in tax season, you can go to WMUR.com where it will be posted all week.